Guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going over part 5.1 of the master key system. So the first half of part 5 of the master key system. And as always, we're going to have questions that we'll be answering. So let's go ahead and go over those questions now. And the answers I'll be going over the answers in the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. So what are we going to learn today? 1, what proportion of our mental life is subconscious? Is this vast mental storehouse generally utilized? Why not? So there's one answer. Where has the conscious mind received its governing tendencies? And what is the law of attraction bringing to us? And what is our own? So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. The Master Key System, small little book, very, very impactful book. Go ahead and check that out, guys. So let's get right into it. Introduction to Part 5. Enclosed herewith, you will find Part 5. After studying this part carefully, you will see that every conceivable force or object or fact is the result of mind in action. Mind in action is thought, and thought is creative. Men are thinking now as they never thought before. Therefore, this is a creative age, and the world is awarding its richest prizes to the thinkers. Matter is powerless, passive, inert. Mind is force, energy, power. Mind shapes and controls matter. Every form which matter takes is but the expression of some pre-existing thought. But thought works no magic transformations. It obeys natural laws. It sets in motion natural forces. It releases natural energies. It manifests in your conduct and actions, and these in turn react upon your friends and acquaintances, and eventually upon the whole of your environment. You can originate thought, and since thoughts are creative, you can create for yourself the things you desire. All right, so that was the introduction, and now we're getting into Part 5. So Part 5. At least 90% of our mental life is subconscious, so that those who fail to make use of this mental power live within very narrow limits. The subconscious can and will solve any problem for us if we know how to direct it. The subconscious processes are always at work. The only question is, are we to be simply passive recipients of this activity, or are we to consciously direct the work? Shall we have a vision of the destination to be reached, the dangers to be avoided, or shall we simply drift? We have found that mind pervades every part of the physical body and is always capable of being directed or impressed by authority coming from the objective or the dominant portion of the mind. The mind which pervades the body is largely the result of heredity, which, in turn, is simply the result of all the environments of all past generations on the responsive and ever-moving life forces. An understanding of this fact will enable us to use our authority when we find some undesirable trait of character manifesting. We can consciously use all the desirable characteristics with which we have been provided, and we can repress and refuse to allow the undesirable ones to manifest. Again, this mind which pervades our physical body is not only the result of hereditary tendencies, but is the result of home, business, and social environment, where countless thousands of impressions, ideas, prejudices, and similar thoughts have been received. Much of this has been received from others, the result of opinions, suggestions, or statements. Much of it is the result of our own thinking, but nearly all of it has been accepted, with little or no examination or consideration. The idea seemed plausible. The conscious received it, passed it on to the subconscious, where it was taken up by the sympathetic system and passed on to be built into our physical body. The world has become flesh. This then is the way we are consistently creating and recreating ourselves. We are today the result of our past thinking, and we shall be what we are thinking today. The law of attraction is bringing to us not the things we should like, or the things we wish for, or the things someone else has, but it brings us our own, the things which we have created by our thought processes, whether consciously or unconsciously. Unfortunately, many of us are creating these things unconsciously. If either of us were building a home for ourselves, how careful we would be in regard to the plans, how we should study every detail, how we should watch the material and select only the best of everything, and yet how careless we are when it comes to building our mental home, which is infinitely more important than any physical home, as everything which can possibly enter our lives depends upon the character of the material which enters into the construction of our mental house. What is the character of this material? We have seen that it is the result of impressions, which we have accumulated in the past and stored away in our subconscious mentality. If these impressions have been of fear, of worry, of care, of anxiety, if they have been despondent, negative, doubtful, then the texture of the material which we are weaving today will be of the same negative material. Instead of being of any value, it will be mildewed and rotten, and will bring us only more toil and care and anxiety. We shall be forever busy trying to patch it up and make it appear at least genteel. But if we have stored away nothing but courageous thought, if we have been optimistic, positive, and have immediately thrown any kind of negative thought on the scrap pile, have refused to have anything to do with it, have refused to associate with it or become identified with it in any way, what then is the result? Our mental material is now of the best kind. We can weave any kind of material we want. We can use any color we wish. We know that the texture is firm, that the material is solid, that it will not fade, and we have no fear, no anxiety concerning the future. There is nothing to cover. There are no patches to hide. These are psychological facts. There is no theory or guesswork about these thinking processes. There is nothing secret about them. In fact, they are so plain that everyone can understand them. The thing to do is to have a mental house cleaning, and to have this house cleaning every day and keep the house clean. Mental, moral, and physical cleanliness are absolutely indispensable if we are to make progress of any kind. All right, guys, so that was part 1 of part 5 of the Master Key System. So in the next video, we're going to go over the second half of part 5. So let's go ahead and get right into the answers to the question. So number 1, what proportion of our mental life is subconscious? And the answer is at least 90%. That's a big number, guys. 90% of our life is ran by the subconscious. So that means we're not consciously aware of what's going on. So it's got to be careful what you put in, what you're letting into the subconscious. Is this vast mental storehouse generally utilized? No. Why not? Because few understand or appreciate the fact that it is an activity which they may consciously direct. So not a lot of us actually know that we can, actually direct our subconscious mind. We can think the thoughts that we want to think. You know what I mean? You can. A trick I use is making subliminals for myself and let them just get into the subconscious mind of things, I want to manifest in my life, health, wealth, success, etc. Things like that. I just let it get deep into my subconscious mind, and on the outer world, it manifests every single time. So that's something to think about. Where has the conscious mind received its governing tendencies? From heredity, which means that it is the result of all environments of all past generations. What is the law of attraction bringing to us? Our own. And what is our own? What we inherently are, and is the result of our past thinking, both conscious and subconscious. So exactly like we just read, what we are today is the result of past thinking, and what we'll be tomorrow is the result of our thinking today. So, be careful what you're thinking about. If you want a positive future, start thinking positive thoughts right now. Everything is now. So that is the end of the video, guys. So I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, I truly appreciate it. Go ahead and smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Help this get out to more people. Tap the subscribe button. Help us with our current goal of 1,000 subscribers. And if you have any questions about this or anything else I talk about on the channel, go ahead and email me directly at info@tycoontalk.xyz. Or you can leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll be sure to read all the comments, engage in conversation, and as well get back to all my emails as soon as possible. So let me know any topics you want me to cover or go more in depth about in the comment section below. And all of my links are in the description box below to my online store with credit products, cryptocurrency products, my ebooks. Everything is down there in the description box below. And if you like this video, go ahead and check out the other videos on my channel where I talk about how to make money with cryptocurrency, real cryptocurrency, not the fake scammy spammy stuff that you see on TV everywhere. Real cryptocurrency, how to fix your credit, how to navigate the financial markets. It's a bunch of information that you can't necessarily Google, and it's taken years of my life to accumulate, and now I'm giving back and sharing my knowledge. So go ahead and check that out. It's all organized nice and neat in 3 different playlists on my channel, so you'll be able to find exactly what you're looking for. And as always, I'm sending infinite abundance to you now and forever, my friends. I appreciate you again for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.